This week on Around the Monitor, we'll tell you the tale of Telltale. And the next Xbox is just called Xbox? Get ready to go Around the Monitor.
Let's go.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Around the Monitor for the week of December 20th, the last show of the year for Around the Monitor. Remember, if you like the show, you can watch us live on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/KingKaiser. You can catch us on YouTube /Around the Monitor live the very next day, as well as on Apple iTunes for a podcast version of the show. And we have tons of social media channels as well, so check those out as well. But Around the Monitor is the weekly gaming news talk show where every point you make in the discussion is a point towards winning. We do have another extra rule this week, but we'll get into that in a little minute. Let's get through the guests first. We've got Master Hand Mizuki.
So I got this thing that I did not know I needed nor wanted until today, nor that it existed. It is a Crash Bandicoot rubber ducky.
That is actually really cool.
It's mildly terrifying.
I love
It
the
is-
face.
I like it.
I don't
It's
like.
mild-
I don't
it's
like
mildly
his
terrifying.
jeans.
Yeah, I'm into
They're
it.
the jeans are fine. He's got little gloves on too. He's perfect,
Jeans are
man.
fine, he says.
I like that. I like that the jeans on a duck aren't actually on the legs of the duck.
It's basically a jean skirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's an accurate way to put it.
but it just covers the butt, not the legs at all.
And not even the whole butt, like his tail sticks
Yeah.
out, so he got a little butt.
We've got Ace Attorney, Dapper Dastard.
I have never been impeached by the House of Representatives.
Yet.
We've got the Snapshot Crackshot, the Fisher King.
I had my work Christmas party last night with Dave and Buster's, so I present you with
Oh shit! Wow, you got the
Oh my
giant.
God.
Oh man.
this giant 38-inch fucking sloth, baby.
That's amazing.
I
His
mean,
name is Leopold.
maybe your apartment's bigger than mine, but goddamn, I just would.
No, I have no
never-
room for this goddamn thing.
Okay, just making sure. Wow.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Bye, Leopold.
And we have a retro style skyline right now for Hio 590, who is currently in a business meeting and will hopefully return during this show. But just for safety's sake, he will be put into the last of the order. But more importantly, to decide the order this week, the trivia question is going to be. So later on in the show, we may or may not be talking about Brennan Green, that is Player Unknown, and PUBG. But PUBG Mobile is a game that exists. PUBG for your phone. My question to you.
What country was this made illegal in?
No. My question to you guys is, how much money did it earn? I guess revenue did it earn in 2019?
Fuck.
Just
Is
PUBG Mobile.
Just
it
PUBG
free?
Mobile.
Is PUBG Mobile free to play?
Yes,
Oh,
That's a good
God.
question. I think it is yes.
it is. Fuck me.
I will say, as a hint, this number really surprised me.
Does that mean it's okay? I can't ask you that question.
How much money
I don't know what mobile games make.
did PUBG Mobile make?
110 million.
50 million.
Oh fuck, you're all insane. 220 million.
Correct answer. 1.3
Billion?
billion.
What the fuck?
Can you imagine?
What
That's
the
insane.
fuck?
And
And
PUBG with
Cannot be
mobile.
accurate. I'm googling this.
And what's so wild about that is that it came out in, I think it said February of 2018. So towards the start of last year, it made
Oh my God!
it made $200 million that year. This year it made 1.3 billion.
In May alone of 2019, it made $246 million.
God.
It made almost Mizuki's bet in a single month.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Mizuki's bet, that was the closest to the actual answer. So the order is going to be Mizuki, Fisher King, Dapper, and then if he can make it back in time, Hayo 590.
Do you ever win something and
I
then
just feel
not feel like
sad.
you deserve it?
I mean, you were less than
Yeah,
a quarter.
Yeah,
of-
most times I win things in my life, actually.
Yeah, I work for a media company. What's up?
This just in, I got a hot toddy served in a wine glass.
Ooh,
Fuck yeah.
I saw that delivery. That was
Nice.
So let's
Shout
go
out
through
to
the
unnamed person in Zach's house.
Yeah. So let's go through the topics for this week. Starting off, Brennan Green, or Player Unknown, talked about what his new game, Prologue, is going to be. Heads up, it will not be a shooter. Rumors that Xbox was visiting Poland with the interest in acquiring new studios. Who could they buy? I don't know. Maybe it's CD Projekt Red. Plot twist, it won't be CD Projekt Red. Also, relating to Xbox, the next Xbox is actually just going to be called Xbox. It's not Xbox Series X. It's just Xbox.
Well,
It's not the Xbox.
it also
X.
is Xbox.
Yeah. Mario Kart Tour, the Mario Kart mobile game, is finally going to introduce multiplayer, but only for a beta, only for playing customers. Final Fantasy XIV nerfed an item that gave the player 2B, the character from Nier Automata's butt. PlayStation
bless.
4 is adding a controller dongle, which will add back paddles to the controller that you can program. The Game Awards sees a huge spike in viewership, up 73% year on year. What does this mean for the TGAs moving forward? There are rumors that a Dino Crisis reboot could be happening. Puma, the shoewear company, creates a $180 gaming footwear. And last but not least, the new Telltale is using a new engine, notably Unity, and they said they're learning from their past mistakes. So, Mizuki, where would you like to start us off for this week?
You know, I'm going to start where we all start. Dongles.
Dongles.
Ain't that the truth, baby?
Please explain and give us your thoughts.
All right, so Sony is releasing in January of 2020 a little plug-in bonus thing for your DualShock 4 controller that will add 2 back paddles and a random OLED screen with a button built into it for programming said paddles and switching between profiles and stuff. I think they said it's like $30, which is
$30.
not terrible.
Not terrible.
So this is a couple things. One, this is a quick and dirty thing they could do to quickly just get into the customized controller market. Xbox has their fucking insanely $180 elite controllers. This is a $30 add-on that will give you half of the paddles that most people want the elite controller for. So bang for your buck, this is pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
And the hypothesis right now is either that your DualShock 4 will be compatible with PS5, or this attachment will be compatible with the DualShock 5.
Yeah.
Now, my conspiracy theory about this.
Let's hear it.
Sony, well, PlayStation, will make the DualShock 5 have 2 back paddles.
Yep, give that man a point.
Oh, yeah.
But they still will also let you have backwards compatibility with your DualShock 4, and therefore you will want this dongle to play with PS5 titles that might use the buttons.
Yep.
While still letting you use your PS4, and that makes, for me, that is why they have profiles. Like, the profiles will be easy to switch between your PS5 profile and your PS4, where you can just be like, okay, this is Square and X, or this is 2 completely new buttons.
And I'll say this does actually solve one problem in that PlayStation VR would not work without the light bar that's on the back of the PlayStation 4.
Yep.
The DualShock 4, which they've announced the DualShock 5 will not have.
Yep. So everything will basically still be compatible. It'll be a little janky, but it'll work. Cost you $30 to keep your controller for the PS5, which isn't terrible. It's better than
half
buying
the price,
a new one. And
Yeah.
especially release prices, which actually are 60 instead of like sale prices now that are like 40 or less
Mhm.
sometimes.
Mhm.
So I think this is a good move, and they just haven't revealed their full hand with it yet.
Mm.
So maybe we'll start hearing about that at E3 or
You know,
even earlier.
I started that being like, "You're a madman. There's no way," but you convinced me on that one. That was pretty good.
I actually have a question for Music and Dapper too. Do we think that those? I 100% agree with you that the new PS4s are gonna have, or sorry, PS5 controllers are gonna have back pedals like built into them. Do we think those will be new buttons, very similar to the black and white buttons, the best buttons, from the original Xbox, or do we think that those are just going to be reprogrammable in this new wave of like ADA style, like more compatible for people that grip controllers differently?
I think they will be addressable as both.
You don't think you think certain games will require it?
Mm-hmm.
I think if that's the
PS5
case, then
titles,
I don't think
PS5 exclusives.
I think it will be a very, very small minority of games will require them, and for the vast majority, it will be an accessibility reprogrammable.
So like Knack 3.
Yeah, that would be the game.
I imagine there'll be some like weird indie titles. Maybe they'll do some stuff with
If
some games like Elite Dangerous or something where you might want extra.
You need more buttons.
Yeah,
Right.
you're fucking flying a spaceship. I need shields and stuff on top of throttle and everything. So
Follow up question: Knack 3? Yes,
it's happening.
Yeah, Knack. most best character of the 2010s.
Knack 3 in the knack of time. Fisher,
Man.
the next topic is yours to choose. Where would you like?
So in the year of our Lord 2019, right before the year got out, Puma coming into the gaming market with $180 shoes, baby.
I'm confused.
Socks.
Yeah, I'm confused. Are they shoes or are they socks? Because I read an article.
Those of you that haven't seen these things, if you're familiar with those Balenciaga like sock shoes that are like all the rage with like teens and like Instagram influencers nowadays, these are those. They are a blatant ripoff of those, except they have cool hexagons on them because video games. Whoa!
We like our polygons.
Look, I'm known to spend a lot of money on shoes. I've bought Jordans that cost $180. Don't judge me. Other than Green 8 Ball, the vast majority of people don't care about what shoes they're wearing when they play video games. When I'm at my desk...
God damn it, I wish he was here for that.
When I'm at my desk, I'm typically wearing socks if it's cold, or not wearing anything on my feet because I'm in my house in my underpants playing Magic the Gathering at 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't judge me, Mom.
Man, you know...
Now, are these Puma shoes great for, I guess, professional gamers who have to wear shoes on stage? Because I presume you have to.
No shoes, no gaming.
Are these shoes going to make you better at the video games? I can almost assure you no, unless you're a professional DVR player. These are brilliant for those. They're great. It's a swerve. Buy the $180 gamer shoes. Go to your local Dave & Buster's.
The very niche market of professional DVR players.
Grab that back bar thing and just start going to town on it, baby. Show off those shoes.
Can I read like one line from this article?
Yes, because I think I know which one it's going to be.
This IGN article is hilarious.
Yeah, it's very good.
Designed to maximize your comfort and style on those 10-hour raids or your 40th Battle Royale loss of the day, as first reported by PC Gamer.
I'm going to give you my favorite quote, which is a quote from the shoe. That's right. This is printed on the bottom of the shoe.
Oh, no.
Designed to the requirements of active gaming.
So no requirements. They designed it to no requirements.
I don't think that's proper English, Puma.
I mean, they're not. And then,
by the way, the insoles say active gaming.
That's pretty cool.
So funny.
There is. I thought it was on that, but it might have been in a different article I read that was like, when in attack mode, these shoes do this. When in defense mode,
these shoes have seek mode, attack mode, cruise mode, and defense mode. I own a lot of pairs of shoes. None of them have modes besides on or off.
Well,
what about your Heelys?
I was gonna say fucking Heelys.
Yeah.
Wheels in mode,
If Puma
wheels out
brings
mode.
Point
back
for that one.
Heelys, I might turn the corner.
You might wheel around the corner.
Nice.
All right, Dapper, where would you like to take us next?
All right, we are going to talk about Telltale.
Tell us the tale of Telltale.
All right. So I am going to explain this article as simply and coherently as possible.
Okay.
So, LCG Entertainment is reviving Telltale. Is reviving Telltale games.
Uh-huh.
So they will be the new Telltale.
Uh-huh.
But new Telltale wants you to know it will not be using the same engine as old Telltale, nor will it have the bad work culture of old Telltale.
Uh-huh.
But new Telltale still wants to feel like Telltale.
Cool new.
And new Telltale's first game is a sequel to a beloved old Telltale's game, but it is not the same sequel to a beloved old Telltale game that old Telltale was originally making.
Yes,
New
it's true.
Telltale is making a new Telltale sequel to an old Telltale game that is different than the new sequel to old Telltale. Also, helping new Telltale with this new old sequel is a company made up of people from old Telltale. So new Telltale is getting people from old Telltale to make a new Telltale game.
God
It's a
damn
sequel
it.
to an old Telltale game that is not the sequel from the old Telltale game that old Telltale was doing.
God.
That is going to play like old Telltale, but not use the same engine as old Telltale.
Holy shit, you did so good.
I demand on the Instagram this week a counter of all the times he said Telltale
Yeah.
in that 45 minutes.
I mean, I just
That
gave
is
him a
the
shit
most
ton of points.
And that is the most simple way I can explain that article.
Can we
And,
just?
and
Your
it's
Honor.
like me, the word Telltale is now dead to you.
I just imagine like Dapper sitting in like a padded cell with like the straight jacket on, rocking back and forth. just going, Telltale. The new Telltale is the old Telltale, but they're doing a project based on the old Telltale, but it's new. It's
Yes.
a different engine. It's a different engine.
Yeah, basically they're using Unreal Engine instead of their garbage jank ass engine that crashed and broke saves and
That engine that had been around since like 2003. I
yeah,
think.
pretty
Not
embarrassing.
even a joke. I think it's actually that old.
And what else do they do? But also the guy who was the lead director, I think, or lead programmer, is also the lead director or lead programmer on this game, which is cool because
He knew
The
how
Wolf
to make
Among
that
Us-
jank work, baby.
The Wolf Among Us, very good. I
yeah,
love
no,
that
it was
game.
a great game.
I love that
and
game.
And the fact they're bringing back some of the writers from Wolf Among Us to do the sequel is very
Are
cool.
any of those writers the writers who actually write the Fables comic series?
I don't think so.
I would guess
don't
not.
know.
But
That'd be really cool if it worked, because I've read some of the Fables comics and they're amazing.
I have
But
a
I don't
hardcover with like the
think
whole first
so.
like set of them.
oh, dude, slide it my way.
Yeah, I will actually.
Sounds good. Well, Hayo's not here to answer your call because he's answering another call. So we're gonna go back around to Mizuki again. Which topic would you like to take?
Nature's call?
Who knows? It's better than pissing all over this show like he normally does.
Jesus. Don't show that clip.
Got him.
Mizuki, where would you like to take us next?
Let's go to Poland.
Poland.
Go to the Poland.
All right.
I'd like to visit Poland one day.
Yeah,
It's
it'd be cool.
beautiful.
It'd be cool. All right. So there are some relatively credible rumors that Xbox execs or people have been taking trips to Poland recently. So the number one thing on people's mind are acquisitions.
Mhm.
Xbox is gonna buy somebody.
Money.
This would be not surprising in the slightest for them
No.
to pick up one of these studios. So some of the big ones that I think were listed in here, People Can Fly, who have previously worked with Microsoft on Gears of War Judgment. So if I really had to pick one off the top of my hat, it would be People Can Fly. It would probably be a good pick. They've done some other cool stuff. Other ones that have a decent potential, Techland, who did Dead
Techland
Island.
would be amazing.
Techland did Dead Island and Dying Light, and I'm assuming they're doing Dying Light 2, right?
Yeah, I would be amazed if they were not.
they
yeah.
are. Yes, they are.
And the other two big
Techland
ones
would be the
are,
big pick, I think.
yeah, other two ones are the Astronauts and the Farm 51, neither of which I have heard nor the games they have made.
No.
The other one that popped out to me in the
Was
list of
CD Project
Polish...
Red.
No, There's no fucking way in hell they're buying CD Projekt Red.
But
CD Projekt Red has a fucking online store. They are the Facebook. They're GOG. GOG is them.
Yes, they are.
That's all CD Projekt Red. They're
Steam
they're a
0.5.
competitor for Valve and Epic Games, just mostly not in the US.
Also, they made The Witcher, which now has a series
The
on
Witcher?
Netflix.
And they're making this really unheard of game that I don't think anyone's heard of for the past 3 years
What
called
is
Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah,
No.
tiny game with a really small budget.
Is that a sequel to
Cyberpunk
Thomas Zero? I don't have a joke.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a
Yeah, the
sequel to
easy one
Cyberpunk
is-
2076.
Yes,
God
easy.
damn it,
God,
Fisher.
Oh wait, you mean that D&D clone nobody played?
You know, guess what? For your bad joke, you lose a point.
I don't care. You only gave me 6 points for my very good first one, so I already lost.
I mean, here's the thing: Dapper made the best joke on this show, so
He did.
I'm
But
just
what I was gonna say for the other one is actually Bloober Team, who did Layers of Fear and Blair Witch, which recently came out.
yes.
They're Polish?
Surprise.
Wow, I didn't even know. I thought they were like UK.
No, they are not. So I think People Can Fly is the obvious one. What would not surprise me is if they actually did a double pickup. They're either gonna
like
buy
that.
2 studios, or here's another thing they could be doing in Poland. They could be trying to get Cyberpunk on fucking Game Pass, dude.
Oh.
That would be
How-
incredible.
How
That'd be
fucking
spicy.
bonkers would that be?
That would
I
be
mean,
so
Microsoft-
expensive, though.
Yeah, but you know what? Microsoft has a deep fucking wallet,
I mean,
and they want to fucking go in on this
Here's-
next gen.
Here's the problem, though. That game comes out way too early before next gen. I don't think people would go for it.
Are you kidding? The game's gonna take fucking like 200 hours to beat. People will still be playing it when the
Yeah.
Xbox comes
That's a
out.
good
yeah,
point.
the amount of time people have rebought The Last of Us or like Skyrim or what the fuck ever. Also, like it's coming out in this 2020. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's not that far away, homie. And
Right.
like if it's on Game Pass, I'm not like buying it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm playing.
Why
on
the
Game
fuck
Pass.
would I?
Yeah.
It's the same for me. I think that's a bit pie in the sky bonkers, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's insane that
I'll go
they're
to
trying
Taco
to.
Bell. I'll get a fucking chalupa and like 87 free days of Game Pass or whatever the fuck that deal
And on
is.
top of that, let's remember at the last E3, do you know what stage Cyberpunk was on? The
That's
fucking
right.
Xbox stage
Wait.
with Keanu Reeves.
But that's also because Sony wasn't there.
Who cares?
Yeah,
Like,
and no,
CD
but like,
Projekt
no,
Red
that's
is
not-
big
like
enough.
conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
No,
that's-
no,
that-
I
that's
just
a
mean
valid
like
point, though.
no. My
were
point
there, which
is
gave them
CD Projekt Red is big enough at this point where they could just fucking announce shit.
It's very
They
true.
didn't need Microsoft for that.
and everyone's so
That
hyped
was
for that game.
that was
they don't
micro. My theory is that was fucking free for CD Projekt Red.
Oh,
and
100%.
Microsoft was just trying to get hype at their conference.
100%. That was the closer to their conference.
They're just building hype. You know what would make you know what would make even more sense if they fucking dumped all that like marketing and money into that to then put it on Game Pass.
That would be
next year.
pretty insane.
And
I
like,
think-
if anything, that could just show that was a bad move by Sony because it gave Microsoft and CD Projekt Red that time to like basically get acquainted.
It'd be time to get acquainted and then just be name recognition where you see Xbox and you see Cyberpunk and you're like, oh yeah, this is for Xbox.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that they've been doing with Final Fantasy, where they didn't
Yeah.
say for fucking years that it was a PS4 exclusive, and then they're like, oh yeah, no, it's actually only on PS4.
Good point. Good point. All right, Fisher. Where are we going next?
The next generation's Xbox is just called Xbox, but actually, it's called Xbox Series X. But
Yeah.
please, for the love of God, we learned. Don't just call it the Xbox, please. We've had it. We know we can't name things anymore because no matter what we do, you will call it something else. Please, for the love of God, just call it the Xbox. Because 7 seconds after they showed us the name during TGS, I went, so wait, it's the Xbox Sex now? And Xbox Sex was trending in the US
Yeah,
like 5 minutes after that announcement.
it's the sex box.
Companies, I don't know what happened over the last year, but Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft have forgotten how to directly talk like from corporate to market. They have to like go through Phil Spencer's and actual video game developers and publishers
Mhm.
to like to speak because they fucking lost their goddamn minds. But apparently that is also extended to naming of anything. I guess Square Enix has really been giving people some coaching on how to name your shit. But
Bravely
whoever
Default 2.
the third Bravely Default game, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It just makes sense, guys. Just this is smart because, by the way, we don't need this anymore. I'm actually gonna hit you with a wrestling analogy. WrestleManias aren't referred to by their numbers anymore because Vince McMahon doesn't think it's necessary because he thinks just the word WrestleMania has enough brand recognition. That's 100% accurate.
Yeah.
You don't need to differentiate them for any purpose of like other than like history's sake. Like if it's your current one, it can just be called The Thing. Like they could just call the new Star Wars movie Star Wars. People will go to see it. It does not matter. The subtitles are dead because when you say Xbox in 2019, I know you're talking about the one. I don't think you're talking about the original Xbox. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it's very rare that I would ever say, "Oh, God of War," and not mean God of War 2018. At this point.
Oh, do you mean God of War Redemption?
Well, and like, we have rumors pretty much confirming that the lesser Xbox is going to exist, right? So like,
And
that's
almost
the big...
certainly would be called the Xbox Series S, is what we
Yeah.
would assume based
So
on their
they're-
current naming convention.
And it's the same
Yeah.
thing. Like you
Series
buy a
something
game
regardless.
now, and it's still you're buying a game for Xbox. So
Mhm.
I think that's where they're going, where the platform is Xbox, and then they have different models. It's like iPhone fucking bullshit.
Although, what if it's what if they swerve us and there's 3 versions, Xbox Series X, and then we have the XL and the XS.
Oh, I like that. The XL. Big. Go big, go home.
They should just call it the Duke again.
I like that.
It's okay. No. Great idea. It's just the current mini fridge model, but it's a little bit taller, and there's nothing in there. It's hollow, but it's bigger. For Americans,
Genius.
They put some rocks in there.
there's just enough room.
Give
to
us some
store,
extra weight.
there's just enough room to store your Duke controller. That's right. Backwards compatibility, baby. It's back.
Just enough room to store your $100 gamer Puma gamer socks.
It's got like
$180.
a fridge for them. It
In
opens up
Australia,
and, like
it's $180.
That'd be
They don't
really
have
cool.
a US price yet.
Dapper, would you like to take us for the final topic of the week?
I will. So I'm gonna talk about some cool recent re-trademarking that Capcom did, and what sort of cool stuff this can mean.
Yeah.
So on late November, Capcom filed a bunch of trademarks for a lot of names that we might recognize.
Mm-hmm.
Mega Man, Darkstalkers, Breath of Fire, Dino Crisis. And with the success of the Resident Evil 2 remake being pretty much universally well received and a nom for Game of the Year, and with already a lot of hype around the news for a Resident Evil 3 remake, a lot of people are hoping that their move to trademark these names could mean some cool new remakes. The one the article specifically points to is a new Dino Crisis game, because a lot of people feel like it's something that's in the same vein as Resident Evil and would fit very well. But fuck Dino Crisis. I want to point to one of the other names they trademarked. Because bitches, they trademarked Power Stone.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Fucking knew it.
Give me a new
I forgot.
Power
You
Stone,
give Dapper the
you
chance to talk about Power Stone.
goddamn cowards. Give me Power Stone. Do it. Do it, you cowards. I rest my case.
That's it. That's all you had to.
Power Stone a fighting game?
That game was both 1 and 2 were phenomenal games, and they do not deserve to be only remembered as Dreamcast games because the Dreamcast kind of sucked.
Is Power Stone a fighting game?
Yeah.
I believe
Yes.
so.
Yeah. It's a fighting game, I would say, in the sense that Smash Brothers is a fighting game. So yes.
Yes. Fight.
I mean, it's more like Jump Force than like. Than like
Jump Force.
one of the fighting games.
So the Game Awards would agree with you that yes, it is a fighting game then, because Jump Force was nominated. Recall.
I do want to take a quick second to shout out Dreadnought X. 1 for the compliment on my Mr. Rogers outfit, and 2 for hosting us. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Dreadnought X. Also, Dreadnought X, just to let you know, you can interact with the show by allowing to vote up and down on our points score here. Right now, we are actually getting pretty close to the end, and there are two people very close to tying. So, sorry, Dapper, did you want to say any more about Power Stone?
No, man, I knew that derailing that topic and a man more Power Stone might lose the win, but I sort of accepted that.
No, I love Power Stone. You talked for like 1 minute, which is not usually something that happens on the show.
I said my point. There are some cool games being trademarked there, but the only one I really care about is a new Power Stone game. So give it to me, you cowards.
Oh no!
And with
Hayo-
the way that Japanese copyright law
Just-
works,
just
they
as that
basically have a certain
happened-
amount of time to act on that, or they lose it again.
Hayo just took away one of Mizuki's points, so now you're.
Wow. Oh, and Hayo's allowed because he didn't actually.
He's not
participate.
technically on the show right
episode.
now. So.
God.
Look at him smiling right now. We can see his cam. We can see that
God damn
smug
it.
look he's
Can he
giving
even
us.
hear us?
Hayo, you
Oh
piece
yeah,
of shit.
he's just. Well, if anybody else is in the
He's trying to cover his smug face.
if anybody else is in the chat right now and they would want to redeem some of their channel points, which is a new thing on Twitch, it's right under the send a message chat bar. Unfortunately, I still can't make a number go less than negative, so I'm going to give him a point and I'm going to take it away. But if anybody wanted to give a point that isn't on the show, or take away a point, I guess.
Oh, that isn't on the show. All right.
Yeah.
You know what just made me really sad? So after reading this article, I checked the Beautiful Joe trademark status.
Mm-hmm.
My dreams are dead, man.
Just like Joe.
Out of stock.
Cancelled Section
Hey.
8 in 2014. Rest in peace, my dream.
Rest in peace.
Section 8, that game was terrible.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Wait,
Section
Dreadnought.
8?
Dreadnought.
Oh,
don't
I
you
thought you
get
said
a,
Beautiful Joe.
Don't
No,
you
the
get
game
points for
Section 8.
hosting? It only costs
What?
100 to give the points.
Mizuki, you can trademark it yourself now, though. You can
Good
get the
point.
trademark for Beautiful
That's
Joe.
the thing.
Good point.
That is the thing. I mean, you technically could.
Yes, you can. But he has to, once again, Japanese copyright law, if he doesn't act on it, he loses it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mizuki, make a new Beautiful Joe game.
Yeah.
Easy.
Easy.
One-man show.
Listen,
Let's go.
listen, you.
Do it. Add yourself to the list of people who have single-handedly created the game.
Oh, I bet I think I said it so you could only give 5 an episode, but it might just be in general, not per person, because I didn't want somebody like showing up and running the tables. So Dreadnought, just tell me who you want to give the points.
You get to be our tiebreaker because Hayo's awful.
You missed it. Dapper had a great joke about Telltale.
Give it to me, Dreadnought.
Don't do that.
Watch the system burn.
Don't do that.
Make King Kaiser come up with a tiebreaker for the
I
first
mean,
time in a while.
I can.
It's been a long time since we had a tie.
Yeah, because I purposefully try to not let it happen because it usually sucks like this.
And then you induced chaos.
It makes the
you
show-
did this to yourself.
it makes the show not fun to watch, kind of like this.
We each get 30 seconds to win it.
I really hate that Hayo is just loving this right now.
That's what
I-
happens when you give too much power.
Yeah,
Nice
I
one.
would I would accept a draw and we just each get 30 seconds.
But you have to take it at the same time.
We just have to yell over each other.
I wish I had a camera set up for that, but I don't.
You have to go back and forth alternating words.
We would not
Yeah.
All right.
Three-way tie.
Solely for the memes. Dreadnought coming in here giving 3 points to Fisher. That's a 3-way tie, folks. So everybody gets 30 seconds for their 30 seconds to win it. Mizuki, you're gonna start off. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, take it away. You got 30 seconds.
All right, so praise be, I'm off work like all of next week and a bit of the other week, and my classes just ended, so I'm gonna stream some shit. Come check it out at Mizuki 13. I'm gonna finish the Outer Wilds and then maybe Sekiro. I don't know what my next game's gonna be. We'll figure that out. That's it. Also, go to GameStop, help their poor dying business, and buy some Crash Bandicoot rubber duckies.
I weep for the billionaires.
All right. Dapper, it's your turn. 30 seconds. Go.
All right. Despite the very, very mixed feelings that people have about Rian Johnson's Star Wars 8, don't worry about that. Just go see Knives Out. It is an absolutely phenomenal movie. I know I made a joke about it earlier, but honestly, like, it is an absolute treat of a film. And these are the kind of films we should be supporting. Very fresh, new, fun films that are just super well casted. So you should go see it.
All right. And last but not least, Fisher, your final 30 seconds to win it.
As we all know, Rian Johnson directed Last Jedi, and he did not direct Rise of Skywalker. The most important film to come out this year is Cats! Go see Cats! It's apparently terrible. It's based on a terrible book by T.S. Eliot, who's a piece of shit and can't write and is also a racist. Go watch Cats! Everyone's nude. They had to edit out Jason Derulo's giant dick. Go watch Cats!
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
I mean, I guess there are bad stories to get out about yourself.
Oh, like 5 seconds. I know a few fairies, and even they were like, "We don't want to see cats." So that tells you how bad that shit is.
There was a review I was reading yesterday that just said this movie is irredeemably horny, and I don't know what that means, but I wrote it in this review.
No, here's the best one. Cats always feels like it's 2 seconds away from turning into a furry orgy in a dumpster.
I read this one
That's the
too.
energy you have to sit through for almost 2 hours.
Jesus God.
That's a quote for you.
Man, there's a lot of good movies coming out this holiday season, but I think we
just
can all
love the
agree.
phrase irredeemably horny.
I think we can all agree. Cats is the one to see.
See Cats.
Forget about your Star Wars. Forget about your Knives and them being out. Go see Cats.
Put those knives back
But
in. Go see Cats.
Really,
Cats.
only go see cats if you're drunk as fuck and just want to laugh at shit.
All right.
That's the only reason to see
and
it.
Dreadnought's coming here with the tiebreaker. Bonus points to Mizuki for knowing a few furries.
Oh yeah, one of my
There we
coworkers is
go.
furry.
Don't we all?
This is true, we do. All right, important shout-outs for the week. We do have a new video up. I hated that. We have a few new videos up this week, or one new video up this week, but one new video last week as well on the Around the Monitor YouTube channel. That's going to be linked below. But it's on Super Mash, a indie game that came out this week on the Epic Games Store, basically about the concept of combining 6 different classic retro-style genres of games. So you could have an RPG mixed with a shoot 'em up. You could have an action-adventure game mixed with what did I not say Super Mash? Did I say Smash Up?
You said Super Mash,
Okay, good.
I think.
That's what
you
brought me
did?
here. Yeah, I noticed
Oh.
you followed me right when the Super Mash video came up. So thank you very much, Dreadnought. I do appreciate that. And we've got one more big video I'm trying to get done before the end of the year. I don't know if I'll make it. If I don't, it's going to be a few days afterwards. But anybody else have anything to plug this week?
Nope.
'Tis the season. Go play a video game. Tell somebody happy holidays. Pee in the street. Live your best life.
Well, you had me to the last one.
Living your best life. Zach does not want you to live your best life.
You got me on that one. And as a final surprise, we're gonna bring Hayo back in. Hayo, anything to add?
He looks very surprised.
Yeah, he didn't expect that.
Hey, I'm all for peeing in the street, baby. Let's get it. Pee everywhere you want. Yes.
Hayo, should we all go see the movie Cats? Should we all go see the film Cats?
Oh, you know who pee in the street? Cats do. In
True.
solidarity with them, we gotta pee on the movie theater too, dude. Yes.
Okay, well,
Rum Tum Tugger, Bumbleina.
You knew what you were doing, Zach.
I don't know, third cat.
yeah, I kind of let.
Grouch.
No, Dreadnought. Hayo was an important business call, and he couldn't be with us for the first part of it. First 95% of the show.
Question.
But you know what? He should be in timeout. So
He probably should have.
I'm gonna put him back in. There we go. He's back in the city town. No, not Golden Baby Jail, Golden Showers. All right. That's going to do it for this week. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you, Dreadnought, for tuning in and contributing and helping decide our 3-way tie this week. But until next year, and in fact, until next decade,
Hey.
this
Also true.
has been Around the Monitor.
Go see Cats.
Don't.